Hey guys, Chris here, Morgan Pipes. Uh, Smoking a Bones hanging brandy with some GLP's Haddo's Delight. It's delightful. No, really though, I really like it. This is actually only my third bowl ever, and Greg personally turned me on to it. We were talking the other night, and I was going through my cellar, and I was telling him what I had from him, just because I never really thought about. I kind of am a hoarder when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'll just buy it up and then stuff it in the totes, and then put it away for later, hoping that I would surprise myself in 10 years or 5 years or whatever. And I mentioned, oh yeah, Haddos, and he's like, oh, you should totally. Have you had it? What do you think? I'm like, no, I haven't had it. He's like, let's crack a tin and have a bowl. So I did that live and told him what I thought, and it's awesome stuff. One interesting thing that I really thought was cool is that just the tin note is awesome. It reminds me of those little chocolate, like like alcohol-filled chocolate bottles that you got. Or you didn't get them, but people my age remember them from 80s and early 90s when they were kind of a big thing. I guess maybe they were big before that. I don't know. But I remember I had a friend whose parents always had them, but they were kind of hidden, so we would sneak those. And I mean, there's not but like a few milliliters of alcohol in it, but it was always fun. But it reminds me of that. It has that boozy, chocolatey sort of aroma. But anyway, the real reason for this video is Labor Day, right? So I was going to run a sale. Everyone runs a sale for Labor Day, and I did. And it's buy a blackjack, get a bones for free. And I started thinking more and more about it. And, realized we could do some good and help some people out. So I talked to Jeremy from Briar Nation, and we were discussing, how could we make something work to benefit the troops. Because I love doing stuff like that. A couple years back, I sent over a bunch of carve your own kits, and man, the guys really love that. They really appreciate it, and to be honest, I feel like I got at least more out of, well, possibly more out of the deal, because I got to see what a lot of them made. It's not too often that you get to witness trench art. It's not trench art anymore, but off time, we'll call it big boy arts and crafts. The kind of stuff these guys produced with almost nothing, like no supplies. One of the guys said that he was able to, commandeer some sandpaper from the auto pool, and I love that kind of stuff, And on the flip side, it gives them something to do, to occupy their hands, when they're not active, And a lot of people see. And I did too, a lot of people see war as being this, you're literally sleeping in the trenches, and you hear gunshots and you pop your head up and you shoot, and it's just movies, it's what movies have taught us. But after learning from quite a few friends of mine that were deployed, there is a lot of downtime. I mean, there's times where you're waiting for orders, or you've already completed your orders, and this, a pipe is something you can break out, and you have a knife, and you can kind of just whittle away at it a couple minutes at a time. And I think for a lot of the guys, at least from what I heard, it was not so much something to do, but sort of a little bit of sanity, constructive creativity, which is incredibly decompressing for a lot of people, myself included. That's why I do this. So, I wanted to do that again, but a little different. Carve your own kits. I didn't have time to prepare for that. That would have been cool. But since a lot of my friends who are deployed are now home, I've lost that connection to those groups of guys that would be interested in that. So had to get a little bit creative. And so what we're doing is for every Bones pipe that you buy, whether it's a stubby, whether it's a regular length, outdoorsman, what have you, we will be sending one additional pipe to the troops. So the plan is that I will group together at the end of this weekend. It'll run through Monday. Group together all the pipes, the sort of, the BOGO. You buy one and you donate one, so it's a BODO, I guess. And the donated pipe will head over to Jeremy from Briar Nation, the group on Facebook, and they will, we're not entirely sure how we're going to do it yet, but they will go and do a nomination sort of thing. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he'll get it done. I trust him. And I figure, he has that connection with all the vets and the active duty guys, and I think that would be really meaningful for a group that does so much for the military to have a hand in a project like this. I love doing this. I love having a part in it, but I think having, we'll say, one of their own manage the distribution, I think would be a lot more fulfilling and meaningful. So basically that's what we're doing. Buy a Blackjack, get a Bones for free. But then on the flip side, if you specifically buy a Bones, or 2 or 3 or 4, or however many you do, I will match that and send those to Jeremy to distribute to active duty vets. And if there's too many, then it'll spill over to non-active duty, guys that, just got home or something like that. And it's the least I can do. And, I take Labor Day pretty seriously, not as seriously as Memorial Day for obvious reasons, but, it means a lot to me. So, sorry, I sound horribly congested. I was sick as a dog yesterday, so I probably shouldn't even be smoking, but fuck it. But anyway, if you can get a Bones, if you can't at the moment or you don't need one, share it. Go on Facebook, go on Instagram, share it. I have posts on both of those. Go on Briar Nation. They're on Facebook and Instagram, and just share it. Say, hey, you might know someone who will be interested in this, and it helps. Just the act of smoking a pipe really helps people out. I had probably at least 10 guys today who were vets, and they said, I'm so thankful that I found this hobby because it gives me a minute to sit down and relax. It's just like this a calm moment. It's me time, and a lot of guys don't get that. So, and for a lot of guys, they can't take that time. They can't give that to themselves. And I know a lot of guys, myself included, sometimes I can't do that. I can't give myself that time. I would rather spend that 20 minutes doing emails or whatever. So it forces you to slow down and relax. So there's a lot to that. So anyway, I'll wrap it up. But if you can help, participate, buy a Bones pipe, and know that a vet will be receiving one, or an active duty service member will be receiving one. And that way you can share, you can share that comfort. And, as I'm sitting here, the pipe is warm, and I'm, thinking share that warmth. This is what it is, So thank you very much, guys. Once again, I appreciate all your support. It means the world to me. And if I can do something little for someone else who may not have that comfort at the moment, then I will. I think we owe that to our our fighters and our service men and women. So with that, I'm going to enjoy the liberties of smoking tobacco and drinking beer at 1:30 in the morning on a Friday. So hope you all are doing well. Hope you have a safe and happy Labor Day weekend, and we'll catch you soon.